Hello and welcome to a new series. Yes, I know I've been doing a lot of new series that haven't been finished yet on this channel, such as my Panopea Marine Reserve Park, and of course my Antwerp Zoo recreation series, which is still ongoing. Don't worry about it, even though I haven't uploaded Antwerp Zoo video in like probably more than a month now. I'm still working on it. It's just the next habitat, along with all the upgrades with the Europe pack props. Is taking longer than I expected, but I am here in a new project. As you can see, this zoo is called Dierenpark de Gavermeersen. Dierenpark is just Dutch for like animal park or zoo basically. But if you are following YouTubers like Leaf or like Nicholas Lionrider, you may have noticed a recent trend going on their channels about the ZSU or Zoo Sims United. Basically, it's a Discord server, a roleplay Discord server, set in or using Planet Zoo to basically have like a large organization. You can compare like a bit to franchise. Actually, it's franchise but better, where you can trade with other people. You can breed. You start breeding programs. You can actually be stud holder or stud book holder of certain species and stuff like that. And it's so fun to just play with people, like-minded people, and build your own zoo set somewhere in a fictional part of the, or I mean in a fictional setting or in a real setting, just like mine. For those who are Belgian, who are from West Flanders, you might recognize the name De Gavermeersen. My zoo is basically based in De Gavers, which is a provincial like park located near Kortrijk. So a little bit on the history of this zoo. So basically my zoo was built around a little lake, an artificial lake. I'll show it later. But this artificial lake was dug because, well, the government needed sand to construct a highway, and they just decided to dig a big hole, and that big hole became a lake. And then over the years, the entire area became like a nature reserve, where you can also do some water sports and stuff like that. But in my zoo's history, we are like diverging a bit from the real world's history. In this zoo's history, a rich businessman bought this domain in the 70s, made it or turned it into like a water park slash zoo. But then in the 90s he went bankrupt, sold it to the provincial government again, but then like his son bought it back in the 2020s with some financial help from other businessmen, and Paradisa, which you obviously know, invested as well. So this explains why this zoo is now a combination of basically new, good-looking, modern buildings, where you can clearly see that money has been put into the infrastructure here, and older exhibits from the 1970s to 90s, where the animals are being housed. So this is the entrance area, and I must give credit all this time while it has been on the screen. You have been looking at a blueprint from the Steam Workshop made by Mr. Vanderpants. So Mr. Vanderpants made this awesome entrance. I just changed like the text and like the signs everywhere. That's like all I did here. So nothing too special. I just made this giant parking lot, which isn't finished obviously. Another thing I should mention is I used a height map to have an accurate map of the Havers, the Gavermeersen, so I can recreate the terrain a bit. So you will see these bumps everywhere because, yeah, height maps, while not perfect, are a great addition. But if you use like real height maps from like official geological surveys and stuff like that, you will get those. But as we enter the zoo, we have this small little plaza over here, and I have this little gift shop over here. Well, the building itself is something I also got from the Steam Workshop, made by Retro Sushi. I should say I've also put like gift shop I don't know who this is by, but this is also from the workshop, like a gift shop pack. There's like 3 different ones of them. But yeah, to decorate the interior here. I should say my general philosophy on this project is I'm gonna be as lazy as possible in terms of my architecture. I already have Antwerp Zoo, where I spend a lot of time on my buildings. I don't want another series that consumes a lot of my time. So the buildings are mostly gonna be like blueprints from the workshop that fit into the environment. But my habitats, I will make them all myself. Like these habitats are completely done by me. There's almost no blueprints going into them, except for maybe the fake walls, which are also a blueprint. But yeah, over here we have a historical windmill. You might think windmills, oh, that's something from the Netherlands, but they are quite common in Belgium as well. This is the Koutermolen windmill used to like ground grain and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that most windmills in the Netherlands are used to pump water, while most windmills in Belgium are used to like for grain and stuff like that. So a nice little historical windmill here. Story behind that is that it was restored to be a bit more sturdy and a bit more like not as old looking and stuff like that, because I think the current one is good, has been moved several times. It's not its original location, because this is an 18th century windmill and it's been bombed during the World Wars. It's been burned down. It's gone through a lot of history, so yeah. But if we go here, we have our first animal, the Humboldt penguin. So I've spoken already about how you like make your zoo in like a little zoo association thing. Basically, you start with a maximum of 15 species, which you have to submit. They can't be like big names, such as you can't start with a lion and a zebra and a giraffe and an elephant and stuff like that. You have to be really careful picking your animals. Like you can't have all S-tier animals. You have to pick carefully and pick like lower tier animals, so you can have like 1 or 2 big names. I wouldn't say the Humboldt penguin is a low tier animal, but it's not as high as, of course, a lion or an elephant. But yeah, I have my penguins here, my Humboldt penguins. They have nice little concrete / plaster pool here. I'm using mods, obviously, prop mods. I can't do that in Antwerp Zoo because I want to have the zoo file on the Steam Workshop, and I don't want people to have to like download 10 different mods to be able to open it. But yeah, I'm using like the gravel from the Safari pack, the fake baobab tree trunks and stuff like that. So you'll see a lot of like modded scenery props throughout this zoo. But yeah, really nice looking habitat. I especially like how the gravel is dotted around the entire habitat. Looks like the penguins are a bit lazy today. They don't want to swim. They're clearly the star attraction at this moment in the zoo. So that was like one of my first habitats. That was actually the first habitat I made. So it's, as you can see, like not the most modern looking one, because it still has like the concrete. Oh, it's a balloon. Okay, like a concrete pool and everything. Like it's not the best one, but it fits the style of the zoo. Then we go here, which is the harbor seal habitat, using the harbor seal mod. I think there's a bug right now, which means they can't deep dive, so they're like weirdly doing this synchronized swimming thing. As you can see, the habitat has a lot of cracks and like the decals I'm using from the Europe pack to imply it's a bit of an older pool, maybe something that was built in the 70s or 80s or 90s or something that they just used again for the harbor seal habitat. So this is the part that is starting to be where I'm not finished yet with everything, obviously, but you can go up here and have a view from above. So a basic habitat, nothing too special, again using the gravel from the Safari pack. So this is just a simple habitat, nothing too spectacular or anything. It's meant to be like old, outdated, and as we get new species from trading and from like there's events and auctions and stuff that the moderators in the Discord server set up, I'll probably have like more newer, modern habitats, I'm sure of that. So you can choose to go that way, or you can choose to go this way. Basically how I want to organize this zoo is we'll have all of our aquatic stuff over here near the entrance with our penguins, our harbor seals. I also have I think Eurasian otter and great white pelicans, so those are all gonna be in this area. And then over here I have like a little area for this is a little farmhouse, by the way. I have a little area where I'm going to put my birds of prey and all, basically every other bird that doesn't fit the aquatic theme or wouldn't go in an Africa section or something like that. So we have Hoot Hoot, our barn owl here. I think it's from Drax statues or something, or Birds of the World or something, or it might be someone else, I don't know. But this is a blueprint, of course. If you look for owls on Steam Workshop, you'll obviously find them. But this is our little like owl aviary, our barn owl aviary we have over here. My idea is that we start out with this one bird of prey, and hopefully we're gonna get more through trading and stuff, so we can eventually have what is essentially a bird show, a birds of prey show. So over here I have this little sign which says Roofvogel show, which is basically Dutch for birds of prey show, and we're gonna have like a little arena over here where they are gonna do their bird shows. So obviously it's not done yet. You can see that I need to put in a lot more forest areas and stuff like that. But this is going to be the area where I put all of the aviaries, all of the birds that are used in this show. So that's pretty much all I put into this zoo already. For some reason my mouse is a little bit bugged out. I can't seem to move it. Sorry for the Discord notification there. But yeah, so we are gonna have more animals going on this path here. I was thinking, because I have like a Nandu on my list, so the Great Urea for those who know it by that name. So I'm gonna put it maybe over here in a little field, and then as I continue maybe put all my hoof stock over here. So I'm not going by themed areas like Africa or Asia or whatever. I'm more or less going with like by species or by where they like these are the aquatic animals, these are the birds, those are gonna be the hoof stock animals. In terms of hoof stock, I have the Scottish Highland cattle, really nice species, and I am actually currently the only holder of Scimitar Oryx in the roleplay, in the Zoo Sims United server. So that will be interesting if I can set up a successful breeding program for those, start trading with other people to get more species into my zoo. So that's that area. Over here, so as I said, I still need to put my otter somewhere. I'm going to put my pelicans probably over here, because this is the giant lake I was talking about, and I have a little parking lot there in the distance as well, because if we are gonna expand, we're gonna eventually arrive there and have like a little, like another section of the zoo over there. But yeah, there's a giant building, or there's supposed to be a giant building over here that I'm currently working on. Obviously not finished yet. This is a building that is there in real life too. And I was thinking what I could do with it, and I am thinking of like turning it into an aquarium. It's nice and big. It's not too big, so I don't need to commit on a like aquarium with 500 different species of fish or something, but just something similar to what Antwerp Zoo has or to what Paradise has, where they just have like one building, one aquarium building, and have like several different species in there. Alternatively, I could also just turn it into a restaurant or have a similar function as what it has today. I think it has like storage for water sports equipment in there. I vaguely remember also there being like changing rooms and stuff like that. So yeah, that might be the function for this building. So we can have people going on boats and jet skis and stuff like that on the lake. Yeah, this is a very interesting premise, I think, to have like this role-playing aspect to Planet Zoo, to have actual trading with other people in a role-play environment where people are fleshing out the history of their zoos, where people are making an effort to give these animals like a character or a history, even if they go on and enter breeding programs and stuff. I'm sure some animals will like gain cultural status or something, like the first scimitar oryx being born in the zoo will probably be a big event, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very excited for the future of this project currently. Actually, let me get my list of my animals that I have lined up, because that's probably what you're most interested in. What kind of animals this zoo has to offer or will eventually have to offer. So as I showed you already, we have the Humboldt penguin, the harbor seal, and the western barn owl, but I'll also have the Eurasian otter, the great white pelican. I'll have a white boar, well, two actually, a breeding pair of rhea, a breeding trio of Scottish Highland cattle, 4 red-necked wallabies, 3 Indian peafowl, and then a breeding pair of scimitar oryx. So that's my list. A very solid list, I've been told. Like many people choose to use their 15 animals, like max out the amount of the animals you're allowed to get as your starter animals. I decided against that and decided to like have, I think I have 11, but that also means that I can max out my 11 species as a bit more special animals. Of course, like harbor seals and penguins and stuff like that are pretty popular in zoos, especially amongst children and stuff. But then I'm also able to have more specialized species or more looked after species like the scimitar oryx, which are extinct in the wild. I think they are extinct in the wild. And are only able to survive through breeding programs or in like nature reserves and stuff like that. So like a big combination of popular animals and less known animals, but highly sought after by zoos themselves. I hope you enjoyed this little tour I did here of the Gavermeersen. If you want to join the ZSU, the Zoo Sims United, unfortunately you will have to be patient because Leaf and Nick already made videos. There's a lot of people wanting to join this, and the staff are currently doing a complete rework of how you sign up and stuff like that. Like they're trying to automate it to make it more easier for them. So once that is automated, I'm sure I'll be able to put like a Discord invite link in my description, but unfortunately not yet in this video. I hope I see you in a next video, and I hope you check out all my other projects if you are interested. And that will be it for today. Have a nice day. Goodbye.